Hi guys, I'm Angie and this is Life at Hill House. And today I thought it would be a great day to do a garden tour. Here we are the first week of August and it's nice out for the first time in ages, so it's a great time to go ahead and do some garden tours. Today we're going to do a tour of the potager garden and things are looking empty. Being the first week of August, we have been through a lot of heat. It's been 100+ degrees with the heat index and the humidity has been outrageous. And this is the time of the year when things are starting to look bad. We're suffering from disease, pests, things just filtering out, and time for new plantings. But we'll start here at the end of the potager. So this is our pumpkin patch. We have squash bugs. We have, I don't know if it's a little bit of water issue. I've been treating for powdery mildew, which you will see we have here. So at first I was worried because there wasn't really a lot of pollinators over in this area, but that has picked up. We do have a little bit of pumpkin started, but what's worrying me is, so I was hoping everything would come this way as it grew, but all the vines are growing this way up the deck. But I had like one little pumpkin started. You can see it down there, under there. So it just fell off. I guess it was too heavy because it was on a vine up here. And I didn't intend on things growing up and getting heavy, so I'm not really sure how I'm going to address that. But I also have vine borers, and you can tell because they have ate away at the vines, and so these plants may or may not make it. And these pumpkins are strictly for ornamental reason. We planted them so that the kids, the grandkids, nieces, nephews, whatnot, would be able to harvest pumpkins in October to have. Oh, I do see another one in here. Let's see, I can zoom in. It's in there. Let's see if we can... Oh my goodness, it's right there. Can you guys see that? Little one started in there. So, I don't know. I'll be sad if I don't get pumpkins, but it's not the end of the world because I wasn't going to eat them. Eventually, this is all going to be fenced in with a little picket fence. This here, all the way over here. I may end up doing the picket fence all the way from here over, because I want to do the pea gravel over here in the potager garden with an arch and a gate separating it from the rest of the gardens. So, but that's probably going to be a next year project, the way things are going. This is our watermelon patch. We've got several kinds of watermelon growing in here. We have Mini Love, Crimson Sweet. We've got, what else have we got? Sugar Baby. We also have Farmer's Wonder Seedless. I don't think that one has produced anything yet. Everything, there's just like so much going on in here, it's hard to tell what's what. But so, we've got a little one here, and it's so hard because I don't know. We got more here. What variety is what? Because it's such a small space. Got some more here. Nice looking one here. Another one in here. Oh, two in there. You can see them. One here. Sure if there's any more in, oh, there is more in here. Can you see that? The sun is glaring right now. I've even got one growing on the porch. So yeah, the watermelon patch is looking pretty good. We'll come around here to the tomatoes. There was something wrong with my Dr. Witchy. I only got one tomato off of it and I had to pull it. It just randomly turned brown. Well, turned yellow and then brown. And this happened within maybe a week. It just happened really fast. I don't know what was going on. So I pulled it. This is pink boar. This has been the plant I have gotten the most off of. It's my first year with pink boar. I will definitely grow it next year. They're pretty small. This is about as big as they get, but they're delicious. I love them. Paul Robeson. It's got some good looking tomatoes up here. These ones down here are looking kind of shabby. I think that what happened is I pruned these too hard, maybe. I don't know. From the beginning, this side of the bed, the leaves have been like this. Only this side. And now we have this purpling action going on here. So I don't really know what it is. So we'll see. But I haven't got to try one of the Paul Robesons yet. That's the only one that I've had. And I don't think it's quite ripe yet, but it doesn't look all that great anyway. I mean, I know that, you know, tomatoes don't look perfect like they do in the store, but I don't know. Here we've got indigo rose. It is really, really slow to color up to red, to get to red. And again, it's the same kind of curling. I'm not sure. And the purpling. This side I had a blueberry. It did the same thing as the Dr. Witchy, so I yanked it. But I also realized that I didn't like them. It's the blueberry cherry. They were just too watery for me. I just didn't enjoy them. Here we got Cherokee purple. We've got mortgage lifter. And see, these are looking great. This is a midnight snack, and this is super sweet cherry, super sweet 100. Everything on this side of the bed is looking fantastic, except for that blueberry that I had to pull. But you don't see any of the weird leaf curling or anything over here. This was the carrot bed. It's just sitting empty, waiting for fall harvest to go in. This was the greens bed. We just finished pulling out the last bit of kale. This is cinnamon basil that I have strictly for cutting, to use for my cut flowers. Over here we've got Peruvian basil, also for my cut flower garden. I've got a couple dahlia tubers that I had left over that I just put in here. We have a giant mess here. So this is what happens when you don't really stake your tomatoes or prune them. This is a sun gold. I will plant this 8 million times again. It has been a super producer. The taste has been magnificent. Like, I'm pulling these every day. It's like my little bit of happiness to come out here and pull these and snack on them. We had blight, and it was the end of the tomato green beans. So we went ahead and pulled all the green beans. We replanted this. These are rattlesnake pole beans. Here is a humongous San Marzano. Let me zoom out so you can see that. Look how huge that is. And it is just loaded. It keeps breaking. I've got several stakes. They're just not cutting it. And then in here we have a super tasty, which is a determinate tomato. Over here, I threw in a couple sunflowers and 2 silver slicer cucumbers. This was full of cucumbers, and then they just dwindled out. So we pulled them and we just got those in there maybe 2 weeks now. I have to get another harvest of cucumbers and a good harvest of green beans. We head over here, the peppers are doing amazing. But next year I really think I'm going to need to get a better staking system for the peppers. We've got so many varieties, but I've learned that some of them I just don't care for, and some of them I love. So this one is super awesome. This is Pippin's Honey Gold. It is a sweet pepper, and it starts out green. Yes, greenish purplish. Then it turns purple. You can see here. And then as they ripen, this one's starting to ripen. Here we have a ripe one in here. They turn gold, yellow, and they're a sweet pepper, and they are absolutely delicious. This was a lilac bell, and I really didn't care for it, so I just took it out. I need to finish pulling it. Here we have a lipstick sweet pepper. These are really delicious, but they're a lot milder than I anticipated, so I probably will not plant them again because they're not that sweet. The taste is so similar to a bell pepper. Here we have the red cherry sweet peppers. These are delicious. They do crack, like they get I don't know, it's kind of like dry skin. Typically that only happens with a hot pepper. Like a jalapeno, you see that a lot, but they happen with this. These are really tiny snackers, honestly. You're not getting much off there. This is habanada. So it's like habanero, but it doesn't have the heat. None of them have started to color up yet. They've been this color for quite a while, but the packet and the website shows them as an orange. So I'm gonna give them a little while longer, but we've been snacking on these now. Here we've got some holy basil, which smells great. It's great for the cut flowers. Moving over here, we have our traditional green bell. It hasn't really been that great of a producer. It's the California Wonder. Yeah, I could live without it. This is a lunchbox snacker. They're delicious, very good. I'll grow them again. Fish pepper. Fish pepper is really cool. It's really cool variegated pepper. And then they turn to this red. The plant itself is variegated. If you watch the previous tours, you've seen me talk about it. So it's a beautiful plant. It is a hot pepper. I decided to give it a try. I don't really do hot peppers, but I said, well, let me just taste it. Whew. And that baby was hot. Here we have a hot fajita pepper. Now this one I did not grow from seed. The rest I grew from seed. This one I didn't. This one is a nope, this is a jalapeno. Just your traditional jalapeno. It's actually doesn't have quite as many on it as I would expect. This is the Craig's. This is a habanada. Habanada. No, jalapeno. Not a pino. Not a pino. Tastes like a jalapeno. Doesn't have any of the spice, any of the heat. My daughter is really enjoying those. We got the sweet banana. I could live without them, but my grandson really likes them. Then here we have Marconi. And I'm a big fan of the Marconi. They're a really delicious sweet pepper. And this plant is a big one. So you can see like all my plants are like, they're just falling over. Here we've got calendula, which is about done. And here I just got glads. I've got some lysianthus, and I've got toothache plant, strawberries. Looking good. I've got a heck of a spider problem though, and I'm really not wanting to stick my hand in there. so it's really slowing down my picking of those. Got a little bit of sage, rosemary. You guys planted these with me in a previous video. The Swedish ivy has completely taken over. This is one plant. One plant. Look at that. That is huge, but I love it. I just added some out front because I love it so much. Angelonia's kind of falling over. I don't know why there. Got our roses looking good. These are the New Dawn. Of course, we have Japanese beetle. They have taken over everything. As you see, taking over everything. But yeah, guys, not a whole lot going on in the potager garden right now. I mean, it's pretty much dwindled down for the year. I will plant some more carrots. Hopefully I'll get another great harvest of green beans, another great harvest of cucumbers. We got some sunflowers in there and some basil. And okay, guys, something's up. So you guys see this hole? I seen it the other day and I was like, oh, that's weird. Why is there this random hole here? So I covered it back up. And then, you know, here it is again. So I'm gonna keep an eye on that. I had some molds out here. I didn't really think they had gotten into the beds, but I may be wrong. And it could also be a squirrel. Usually I have a squirrel problem in the beds, but that doesn't usually happen until we're getting into fall, when they start storing, and they like to store things in the beds. But maybe I'm wrong. Look at that mess. It's a delicious mess. Absolutely delicious. Bonfire patio peach. Look, guys. Cute little peaches. It's probably gonna go. I don't love it. I heard the peaches aren't really edible. Like, you can cook with them, but I heard they're like really bitter and not good. So we want to do a bunch of fruit trees out front. So hopefully that'll be a thing, and we'll just get rid of that one. Give it to a family member who might want it. But yeah, it's at the part of gardening that it's like super hot. I'm like really sad. It's not looking lush. There's not that much left out here. But it is what it is. So that's it for the beginning of August tour. We will visit it again at the end of the month or the beginning of next month and see if we have new crops. If we're getting, you know, putting in our fall stuff, we'll see what we're doing for that. But for right now, the potager garden is pretty much on its own. And that's okay, because the other gardens have a lot of work for me. Until next time, guys, find something that romances you every day in one way or another. And I'm going to tell you right now that my romance today comes from this Lisianthus. And if you know how hard it is to grow Lisianthus, then you appreciate this flower right here. And know that it is romance. It's romance in me. Until next time, guys. Bye-bye.